Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Ashley Vandenmyracker, and I'm a specialist with Duval County Public Schools Parent Academy. And this is Navigating Your Linked Parent Account. So, this is what you can actually do with that linked parent account that hopefully you've heard the district pushing for everyone to link their parent accounts. So, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off and share my screen with you. So, bear with me for just 1 or 2 seconds. So navigating your linked parent account. So once you have your linked parent account, which if you are with us tonight, hopefully you've already created your linked parent account. Once you've done that, you have access to all of this information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can see your students' attendance, any assignments that have been posted by the teacher, grades, their assessment data. You can communicate with teachers through this. You can also find your current authorized and emergency contacts information, but you can also update that information with your linked parent account. That way you don't have to go to the school. You can see your student's schedule. You can access different announcements from your child's class, the school, the district. Primarily, I will say what you will find is that the district uses this platform for their announcements more than classes and schools do. And then all of your forms, so bus transportation, school choice applications, um, opt out forms, all of that you have access to with this linked parent account. And so this is where you can actually find where to log in. It's our duvalschools.org webpage. And about halfway down, there's a blue bar, and you'll see a box that says OneView/Focus. So we're going to click there and get logged in. It'll take you to this login screen. Now, as a parent and guardian, you are going to go with the second option, the one that says Parent, Guardian, and Partner Login. If your students are logging in, they would use the DCPS login. So we're going to log in, and we have um, a dummy account, a training account that we're going to log in with. So you won't see actual grades or data information in this account, but you will see what it looks like. And then I have screenshots of an account that I'll walk you through. So you have, oh, wrong password. So you can actually see what that will look like. When you log in, it opens up to OneView. So your linked parent account gives you access to a lot of things, but the main two things that you will most likely hear people talk about is OneView and Focus. Your linked parent account, same login, same username, same password, gives you access to both OneView and Focus. When you log in through the district homepage, it opens up OneView automatically. That is because we are a Microsoft district. And so OneView, a Microsoft product, is sort of like the umbrella that houses all the pieces of the information and the different platforms and websites and programs that you have access to. So I'm just going to walk you through that quickly, what that looks like, because there are times that you will need to log into OneView. When it opens up, you'll always see the latest news from Team Duval. And so you can scroll down and just read about different things that are happening around the district. You have a blended learning tab over here on the left. Now, this is available to you as a parent and guardian. However, you can't do anything with it. You really can't log in to any of the blended learning programs as a parent. Your student could log in, but you cannot. Under My Links, I'll take you through each of these. Where you see My Profile, this is important because this is where you can actually see your current information that the district has on hand for you. You cannot change the email here, but you can update your phone number. And this is important because this is the phone number that the district will use if there is an emergency or if there is a call out and it's from the district. They will use the phone number that is in OneView. If you have a mobile phone number, if the phone number that you have on file is a mobile, please check this box. This will allow you to get text messages from the district and the schools as well. So definitely check that here. That way the district can send you text updates as well. So an example of this would be last week when schools were closed for the weather. Um, the phone number that is listed here in OneView is the phone number that the district auto call was sent to. The text message that came with it, if this box is checked, it's that phone number that it went to as well. You can also add a secondary email. So if you have a spouse or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or a neighbor or someone that you would like to receive information from the district regarding your child, and if you would like them to be able to access this account as well, you can add that email address here as a secondary email. And so you would just update it, or you would update your information, click update, and it will save. The next link is to add a student to your account. So if you have another student entering kindergarten or whatever the case may be, you would add them here. You add their student ID, their last name, their date of birth, and then you would click submit, and you would go through all the same steps you did to link your student the first time you created a linked parent account. App Parent is an app for our secondary families. This app gives you access to monitor what your students are doing on their district issued laptop. So in middle school, we turn into a 1-to-1 laptop ratio, and students are assigned a laptop. They keep it for the entire school year. It goes home with them, it goes back to school, and they do pretty much everything on the laptop. And that is because the majority of the textbooks are all online now. And so App Parent allows you to monitor what they're doing on that district issued laptop while they're at home on your network. So if they're supposed to be doing homework, but they're watching YouTube videos or playing a video game or a computer game on the laptop, this app will let you see that. And when you click it, it actually takes you here. It's pre-populated with your email address that your linked account is with. You would scroll down, agree to the terms, and then you would get started. And that is how you would get it going initially. And then there's an app that you can download on your phone, and you would be able to log in using whatever login you create. I suggest using the same one that you use for your parent account, just so it's easier to remember. And schools should be sending information out to you about that App Parent app soon. Blooms, this is a communication app. A lot of elementary schools are already beginning to use it. It's communication for school-wide information, but also teacher to class information. Again, schools will send information out to you when they are ready. Some schools are still populating the student information and linking it to your linked account. And so when that is ready, they'll send information out and you'll be able to access Blooms with your same linked parent account. You don't have to create a new account. It's just an app on your phone that you would download and you would log into it using your linked parent account. Now, the bus registration link, I want to point out, it could be confusing. When you click on bus registration, it takes you to the transportation page where it shows you how to register for bus transportation. But this page does not actually contain the link to register for bus transportation. So if you aren't sure how to register for bus transportation, that link would be helpful, but it is not where you actually register your student. I'll show you that in a little bit. New, they've added this now. You can actually go in here and change your password. Before you were not able to. So now you can change the password here with your linked parent account. Computer sale, the district partners with a local company called Urban Mining, and they take older laptops from the district, they refurbish them, and they sell them to the community at a highly discounted rate. So if you are in need of a laptop at home or an additional laptop, that is an option. However, in just a minute, I'm going to actually provide you a better option where you could get a completely free brand new laptop from the district. So DCPS district calendars, just like with the weather day or the weather days we had last week, this district calendar will always be the most up to date. And you can see on October 27th, it says schools open because that was a weather day. So initially at the beginning of the school year, we were supposed to have October 27th off as a weather day. And then because we closed for 3 days last week, this is one of the 2 days that we'll be making up. So it says schools open and then former weather day, just to avoid any confusion. But this link for the district calendar is always the most up-to-date link. So if you have a question about what is going on, that is the place to go. DCPS devices, this would show you any devices that are like district, so your student laptop, that would show there. Now this Emergency Connectivity Fund, ECF, this is the link that I just mentioned earlier. This survey will allow you to request a brand new, completely free to you, well, for your student laptop. You would just enter their information. It's pre-populated. If you have more than one student, you can just select which student you're applying for. I could apply for all 4 of my students and get them each a laptop if I needed to. Sorry, excuse me. So it's pre-populated. Do they go to Duval County Public School? And it says traditional. So that means like just a regular neighborhood school, a magnet school. Charter schools are not included. So if you have a student who's at a charter school, they have their own fund for a similar grant to this, and you would need to go through them. So this is anybody in a traditional neighborhood or magnet Duval County Public School. And then you would answer the question, does your student have access to a laptop or desktop that is sufficient? You would just say no. If you need a laptop, you need a laptop. There's no further questions asked. You check the boxes and then you hit next student if you want to do it for your next student. And at the end, you would submit it. And it can take a couple weeks up to a month, but a laptop will be delivered to your child's school. It is a personal laptop. The outside, the cover is engraved. It will say Duval County Public Schools on it, but you will set it up as if it is a personal computer for your student. And they are welcome to keep that as long as they are with Duval County Public Schools. So if you need a laptop, I highly recommend logging into your OneView or to your linked parent account. And when you're on this OneView, click on My Links and then submit that Emergency Connectivity Fund survey, and they will get you a laptop. Focus, I'll click on this one in just a minute because I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but this is how you would access the Focus website. It is a separate program, so you can go from OneView to Focus, but if you have the Focus sign-in link saved to your browser, you cannot go from Focus to OneView. It's a one-way street from OneView to Focus. If you want to see the lunch menu and what's coming up, you can click here and that'll take you to the food services website. Pick My Kid is an elementary app. I believe all elementary schools are already using it. So you can click there to set up your account, which again, there's not much setup involved because it is pre-populated and it is connected to your linked parent account. And then you could download the app. Student profile, if you click on that one, it will show you each of your students. And I think, there we go. You should be able to click on it. You can see their student ID number. Sometimes we don't always remember their student ID numbers. And when we're submitting things, sometimes we need that information. Or if we're emailing a teacher or a principal, especially in secondary, it's helpful to include your student's ID number in that email so they can quickly look up your student's information. And so those are all the links that you have available to you in OneView. My student info, again, it's going to be their schedule. You can see their ID number again. There's a drop down at the top that you could select each of your students, and then it would just update their schedule. My contact info, this is just a straight shot of the information that the district has for you. You are able to edit that information here. If you click the edit info button, it takes you right back to the My Profile contact page that we saw just a few minutes ago in the beginning. And then my student devices, because I'm logged in as the Parent Academy training account, my imaginary students have not been assigned any district devices. But if you have a middle or high school student linked to your parent account, you would see whatever devices they have here would show on that page. So we're going to go back to my links and we are going to click on focus, and I'm going to take you through that because focus is really where most parents want all that information, and it updates instantly. Now, because I was already logged into my linked parent account, when I clicked on it through OneView, I still had to select that parent account option, but I didn't have to type in my information again because I went from OneView. So this is what it looks like when you initially log in. I'm going to take you through the tabs on the left, and then we'll come back to this main portal page. So my profile, very similar to OneView in that you can click on it and see your primary information. But if you click on parents, the third option down, you can actually update your information here as well. So your mobile phone number, you would type that in. Do not call the mobile. I do not suggest checking that. The reason this is important in the focus side is because the information that schools have access to pulls from focus. So if there is an emergency at school, the school will have access to this information through focus. So you want to make sure that whatever information is most current for you is what is showing on this screen, because that is how the schools will be able to get in touch with you. Most schools do a weekly call out, um, usually Sunday evening sometime, letting you know what's coming up for the week. And if it's not a phone call, they'll send out an email. And again, that email is all going to come from the linked parent account that you have, but it's going to come from here. So you want to make sure that if your mobile phone is listed, make sure that this box is not selected. Same thing for the number 6 that says do not send. I do not recommend having that one selected because the schools won't be able to send you those text message reminders about open house or tryouts or family nights that are coming up. Communication, if you email through Focus, which that is an option, then any messages that you have sent would show here. The preferences section, I like this one because as a parent, now this display option, I don't particularly care about how this displays. I don't want to change my color setting, but if you want to, that's cool. The reason I like this tab is because of the notifications. So right now, the Parent Academy training account is not set up to get any alerts. You can change that to receive an alert daily, where it would send you a summary of the grades for your students that are linked. You could do weekly. The way I have my personal linked parent account set up for my 2 students is through custom. And I like that one because what I can do is I can either select an average. So if the grade drops below this, I can get an alert, or if the course grade becomes, and you can just select what it is you want. So if your standard is you're worried about them getting a C, just select C, and then you save it up here in the top right corner, and you'll get an email anytime a grade drops below whatever your acceptable standard is. The calendar, that is not really used by schools, so I would not really spend much time on that. Forms, this is a biggie for the linked parent account. All the forms that you need, essentially all, I can't say truly all, but 99% of the forms that you need for the district are in this section right here. And you can see right now, these are all the active forms that are available. There's a lot of them. Some of them will be relevant to you. Some of them won't be relevant to you. If you would like to get full service schools to come out and assess your student or get mental health services, this is a form where you could initiate that process. If you need bus transportation, then the 2324 transportation registration form is where you need to go. It's pre-populated for each of your students' information. Um, you've got opt-out forms on here for different things, book and media materials. That's for what they're allowed or not allowed to check out of the media center at their school. If you want paper communication instead of digital communication, so their progress reports, report cards are all going to be digital communication. You'll have access to them in Focus. If you prefer a paper printout, then you would want to fill out that form. Student media release. This is having their picture taken and published on the school website, the district social media, things like that, and student preferred name. When the school choice application window opens, which it will open January 1st, and it will close the last day of February, which in 2024 is February 29th. That application will be added to this list of forms. Now, the forms available can change throughout the year because it is just for whatever forms are current. Um, High school acceleration courses, that's another one that will pop up toward the end of the year. When I had students only in elementary school, that high school acceleration form still came up as an option that I could fill it out, but it wasn't relevant to what I need because obviously my elementary school student didn't need to apply for high school acceleration. So sometimes just, go through and look at them. You don't need to worry about all of them though. They don't all require something of you. Now, each student's drop-down menu looks basically the same. There's child info, grade changes, grades, all these things. If they get a referral, it would be there. If you want to see just their absences, it's going to be here. Child info is helpful because, and again, there's no real information here for my imaginary student, but you can see if they're ESC, if they have an IEP plan, if they have a 504, that would be highlighted there as well. School choice post lottery. Are you on school choice? Do you need to cancel your assignment? What is your wait list number? That information would be there. You can also access district test scores. So this would be the baseline testing that they're doing at the beginning of the year right now would show up there. National tests, that would be, for example, like I think I want to say it's 5th grade and 8th grade. Certain schools are selected to participate in a national standardized test in order to create those standardized norms, the scores. And that would show here if your child was one of the students at the school that was selected to participate. Testing for state scores. This is where the FAST scores would show up. It's not the easiest format to read here, so I'll actually show you a better way to see those state standardized testing scores in just a minute. And then transportation, bus ride request, and then rider eligible. Once you submit your transportation form, where it says bus rider request, over here in column 3, that will change to say yes. So then you know that yes, you have submitted that transportation request form. Once that form has been reviewed, rider eligible will either say yes or it will say no. If it says yes, then Focus will populate with the bus route information. It will show you where it picks up, the time it picks up, the time you need to be at the bus stop, and what the bus number is, and then same for the afternoon. So those are the forms on the left, or those are the different tabs on the left. If we go back to our main page, these are the alerts. Now this top one, this is just because we have imaginary students in here, so generally you won't see that one. The full service schools announcement stays up pretty much all year. And it's just letting you know that services are available. It gives you some links that you can use to access them. The referral form is the one that you would use as a parent to initiate that process if you feel like your child needs some additional support, whether it's mental health services or academic or anything. It is full service, so any need you have, you could find that there. There's an opt-out form for a mental health screener that is required by law after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas incident. And that one's been there for since August 31st, you can see. But if you continue to scroll down, you'll see different district messages. There was, it's not showing, but last week in my parent account, there was another one that popped up and it said A/B day return, because if you have a middle or high school student, when they left, the last day they were at school, that Monday was an A day. So then they missed a B day, an A day, and another B day. So then when they returned, that Friday was a B day, and that announcement was there. And then each student gets their own little box. It'll look different depending on what grade they're in. So if they're in elementary school, it will look like student C down here in the bottom left. You'll see all of their classes. It'll show the periods. It's got the teachers, the grades. If you see a grade of NG, even right now, maybe some of the electives, that's completely normal. It just means no grade. And so as they're doing all the baseline testing and establishing rituals and routines, that is what that means. If you have a middle or high school student, their schedule, their box is going to look like student D down here on my bottom right. And so you'll see the period and then you'll see rotation. And then you know that on A day, they've got periods 1 through 4, and B day, they have periods 5 through 8. So you can see what they are, who their teacher is. You can see their attendance. You can see if they're tardy. And if I scroll over, oh, it looks like our student D has a 50 in English 3, so that's not good. I would be concerned about that. Let's click on that and see if it actually lets us. Let's see. No, maybe. We'll try one more time. Sometimes you have to click twice. I've noticed that even on my personal account. So this is what it looks like when the grade book comes up. It'll show you each of the assignments. It will show you the day it was assigned, the day it's due. Always look over here at the resources column, and I'll show you why in just a minute, because that is very important, especially for the secondary families. So that's everything you can see here. Planner, there's not going to be anything in this one, so I'll show you screenshots of that. But any posted assignments would show up here, and it will show up on the date that it is due. And then the reports column, this is where you would find their progress report or their report card. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through some of the screenshots. So this is what a live, real life with real students linked parent account looks like once you log in. This one is from it's just a screenshot of mine from 2021, 22. So the announcements are old, but the information essentially looks the same. So what you can do with it is if you click on the planner, it will open up like this. And so you can see the date, the assignment. As you hover over any of these assignments in the planner, if the teacher has written directions or notes, any details that have been added by the teacher, they will pop up in a little yellow box as you hover over the assignment. If you click on the assignment, it looks like this. And remember, I said pay attention to that resources column. If there's a resource available, it's under that resources tab. You can actually download that document and then you have it. So in secondary, a lot of teachers upload the actual assignment or the notes pages or even the PowerPoint, and you can download all of that there. You just click on it and it'll go. NG, again, no grade, totally fine. If you want to see the details of the grade, just click on the percentage and it'll take you to the grade book. So this is what it actually looks like. Again, it'll show you the date that it was assigned, when it is due, and if they have uploaded the assignment. This is, I think, really teacher preference. I've got an 8th grader and a 6th grader. My 8th grader started 6th grade at a magnet school, and now he is at his neighborhood school. In 6th grade, all of his teachers wanted everything uploaded to Focus, all of his assignments. In 7th grade at his neighborhood school, he didn't have any teachers that wanted things uploaded to Focus. And now my 6th grader is at our neighborhood school, and she's got 2 teachers who asked them to upload things to Focus. So I think this is a teacher preference, but you need to know as a parent that it is there, and if they're supposed to upload something, you can actually see it here. And then you can click on it to download it, and you can actually see the work that they submitted. They would click on it and they can either choose a file and drag it there, or they can take a picture of it and then upload it. In your live linked parent portal, there should be a button that looks just like this that says Florida Statewide Assessments. This is the best way to see those state standardized test results. So if you click from Focus, you will automatically be logged in to the FAST Parent Portal. So if you click it, it'll log you in. This is what pops up. It'll show you for the school year, most recent testing. It'll break it down by subject. If you continued to scroll down, there would be a science one there. And so you can actually get a very detailed report when you click on the download detailed report. So this is the best option, in my opinion. It's the cleanest looking and it's the easiest to read for the scores, but also the report and what areas they might need support in, as well as what areas they have excelled in. And so you know how to continue to enrich that and help develop that strength. Um, if you have any issues with OneView or Focus, or your account, if you somehow get locked out of your account, please call this phone number. It is just for OneView and Focus. It is 904-348-7628. Now they have hours Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So they are open 7 days a week. During the week, Monday through Friday, they're going to be open from 7 in the morning until 5 p.m. And on the weekends, they're open 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So someone always answers depending on the time of the year. At the beginning of the year, sometimes there's a little bit more of a wait time. During school choice application window, that January 1st to February 29th, there's a little bit more of a wait time. If you feel like it's an issue that you could just email, or if you feel like it would be better if you could include a screenshot, email them at pga_support@duvalschools.org. They will answer, they will respond. They're real people. It's not just an auto response email that you will get. And I have had to email them before as a parent. They really are very helpful. And that really is it for everything that you have access to in your linked parent account. Um, Here we go. This is our Parent Academy social media. So I'm going to just leave that up for a second. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We generally, on our main course recordings page on our website, we typically house anywhere from 12 to 15 recordings. They change each month. But on our YouTube channel, we have hundreds of our recordings, and they're up all the time, 24/7. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight. And again, if you think of the question later, feel free to email parentacademy@duvalschools.org, whether it's about OneView, Focus, your linked parent account, or how to email a teacher or find your FAST scores. Email us about anything. We are here to help you. We want to be your go-to. We want to be that liaison between you and the district, you and the schools. Whatever you need, we want to be here for you. So we appreciate you and your time. I hope you found this course helpful, and I hope to see you at another Parent Academy again soon. Thanks so much, everybody.